Okay, y'all. This is the Kobalt hat trick of 2024. This stuff is such a good deal. I guess I'll start with the one that's the biggest discount, and that is the 6 1/2 inch circular saw from Kobalt. This thing is pretty heavily reviewed. Oh, it's not heavily reviewed, but it's reviewed. And people that are using it in practice are very, very happy with it. Super easy to adjust right there with that handle. You know, it really is super easy to pull this back. And in my case, what I would use that thing for would be cutting just about everything. It comes with a blade. I didn't put it on. I should have done that. And it also comes with this 85-watt charger right here. That one, which is really cool because these don't usually come with the charger. And this comes with a 4.0 amp, 96-watt battery and the 85-watt charger for $80. That is a spectacular deal for that power tool. And this thing will hold up, apparently, from people that are actually reviewing it in use. So this is a really, really great deal and this is aluminum. That's one of the features. And it goes to 50 degrees. And of course has measuring graduations here. All the standard stuff that you'd find but it's all the best stuff, you know? It has all the best stuff, including this dust. This thing blows the dust where you want, so you can attach a vacuum to it. You know, it's got all the things that you want, and it's got an electric brake in it, so it stops immediately when you stop cutting. It's quite an impressive tool, especially for the money. It has a light. See down there? It has a light, so if you're working at night, you're still good. And so that is the way to go for like unbelievable pricing on a really great tool. And then you get all this along with it, which is what you need. Especially, we all know once you go into an ecosystem, you kind of got to stay in it, or you waste a lot of money. Next up is the impact wrench. Impact driver. This is the mid-torque, which I've reviewed in a separate video, but it has all the features you'd want as well. It's got a hand-tight mode. It's got a auto slow where it slows down after you break the nut loose. It's got 3 levels and it's completely variable, so you can vary. This, of course, does not vary. It just goes straight to full. But this is completely variable. So, and on 3, you can tell it goes to a much higher RPM. Still variable, goes to a much higher RPM. Comes with a 150-watt charger, which is really great. So you can either leave this in your car, if you have an inverter, and that way you have the power to charge the thing up quickly, and you can leave your 85-watt charger in the house where it's quite a bit smaller, and so it'd be nice if you could keep this in your truck or your car. But we don't want to have to slow charge in the car. Most people that have an inverter in their cars at least 300 watts. So this is only 150, so it should be fine. And you can leave this one at home for overnight charging when you have more time. This will charge the battery from 0 to full in about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. So this one's going to take twice as long, you know? So if you're out on the job, you're not going to want to use that one. You're going to want to use the fast one. So this is the one you want to bring with you in your truck with this tool, maybe a cutoff blade on it instead of the wood blade. That way you're kind of ready for anything quick. And then this tool, of course, which is spectacular. And then since we're in the ecosystem, the other part of the hat trick is the pump, which I did a short on just today. And it has the little tools that come along with it right there. And it's a little beast. I was actually really surprised. You set the set the temperature you want here, and it stops. And you have to then pump it up a little bit more. It drops down about, I stopped it at 50.2 pounds on load range E 285/60R20s, and it dropped down to 48.6. So I had to redo it. It took five minutes to get from, no, it took 3 minutes to get from 42 to 49 pounds. So 7 pounds. And it took 2.26, I think exactly. You can check that video if you want. So it's pretty quick. And then it's also cobalt, so there's a really good chance that you can return it if it blows up on you or melts down. The cord's a little short on it, but it works really good. It's one of the ones it locks when you put it down, which I like. It's less awkward to use, and this has little things so you can set it on the tire, because this isn't very long, so you may have to set it on the top of the tire depending on where you're charging or where your stem is. But this, running it with this 24-volt battery right here, this guy was excellent. It didn't even take 1 bar off the battery. I took one tire from 31 pounds up to 49, and I took the other tire from 42, just shy of 43, up to 49, and I barely touched the battery capacity on this thing. And then on the saw, going back over here, number 1 in the hat trick is $80, unbelievable. But the guy that tested these, and I'll try to link his video, but he ran it with this battery and it cut at a 50-degree angle, really tough cut, pretty well. He used an 8-amp battery and it cuts even better with that. So if you really want maximum performance out of this, because it's a high draw, that electric motor in a circular saw, you'd probably want to get an 8-amp battery. But for the price, this is $280 all in for this kit right here. And that is a spectacular deal for high-end tools. Now, you can get higher end. They make a high torque version of this, but this guy will go to 1,000 pounds of braking force. That's been tested over and over again. It easily does it with the 8-amp, but it does it with the 4-amp as long as it's fully charged, the battery. And I didn't see a resistance test on this. If I see one, I'll put it in the description. But it performed extremely well for the people that have tested it on YouTube. And then this guy, not hardly anybody's tested it, but I just tested it and I really like it. I burn up air pumps all the time. Like, it is normal for me to burn up an air pump. I have one that goes to 250 pounds, and that thing, it works still, but barely, because it just, maybe it's all metal. It's an old school, but it's still, they just wear out. All the cheaper new ones I've burned up. So I actually plan on returning this to Lowe's when I burn it up. We'll see if I do. I'll let you know in an update if that happens. I can't think of anything else with this setup that you're going to want to know. But remember that even if you have a small inverter in your vehicle, this is only 80 watts. So if you have a 100 watt, like one of those little Philips or ones that are on sale, super cheap from Costco, I think, you can run this on that inverter. That's just a cigarette lighter inverter, not pure sine, by the way. You can get 300 watt pure sine inverters for less than $50. So just look for one of those. I'll review one at some point. Anyways, I think that's it. I'm going to let you guys go, but do like the video if you like it, and if you don't, please tell me why. I want to make the best possible videos. And then in addition to that, subscribe if you don't mind. That would be very helpful. Gives me motivation to keep working on these and making them better and finding stuff that's a great deal that maybe we all want to buy. Or maybe we don't, but we'll talk to you soon.